The tension in the gospel is not between God's wrath and his love. As though God is somehow at odds with himself. He really wants to love us, but he can't because he's mad at us. And so Jesus needs to come and reconcile God's wrath to his love so that God can love us. Friends, that is not the gospel. But that is the gospel that's preached in pulpits everywhere. What that leads to is the misunderstanding that Jesus had to die to assuage God's wrath so that God could love me. But actually what the Bible says is it's because God loved us that Jesus died. Not so that God could love us, but because he loved us. The gospel does not pit God's love against his wrath. Rather, God's wrath and his love are not opposites. Nahum is showing us the Lord is avenging and wrathful. The Lord is good. These are not in tension with each other. God's wrath is the expression of his holy love against sin. God's wrath is the expression of his love. The problem is not in God, the problem is in us. It's not that God has tension between his wrath and his love and he needs somebody to resolve the tension. It's that we have sinned and are marked, therefore, with evil, and we need to be set free from sin. The death of Jesus does not make it possible for God to love us. The death of Jesus makes it possible for us to love God. The death of Jesus makes it possible for God to cut away the sin that dwells in us, to bear in our place the positive justice that we are due because of our evil and rebellion, and therefore to draw us into his family. Having dealt with the evil, having delivered the stroke of justice that our deeds have brought, but having taken it himself, thereby welcoming us into his family. John Stott says it this way: God does not love us because Christ died for us. Christ died for us because God loved us.